You don't lose because you're weak. You lose because you don't understand power. Every room you walk into, someone's controlling it. Every smile, calculated. Every failure you face, designed. While you chase fairness, they chase leverage. While you wait to be chosen, they're already pulling strings behind closed doors. Power doesn't come to those who deserve it. It comes to those who understand how it really works. The 48 laws aren't theories. They're the unspoken rules your enemies follow. The code that turns kings into legends and good men into pawns. This is not for the kind-hearted. This is for those ready to step into the shadows and take back control. Machiavelli didn't believe in fairness. He believed in victory. This is his version of the 48 laws. Sharper, colder, deadlier. And if you want to rise, this is where you begin. Learn the game or stay conquered. Law 1. Never be easily replaced. The first rule of power is simple. Don't be replaceable. If they can do without you, they will. If your absence doesn't hurt, your presence doesn't matter. So you must craft a position so strategic, so embedded in their survival, that removing you feels like suicide. Become the key to their stability, but never let them learn how you built the lock. Never teach them the full formula. Power doesn't come from being liked. It comes from being feared quietly. If they can replace you, they will. If they can't understand you, they'll kneel, be needed, be untouchable, be irreplaceable. Law 2. Kill trust before it kills you. Trust is a cancer that grows in your blind spots. It convinces you to drop your guard, to ignore your instincts. And by the time you realize it, the knife is already inside. The more someone smiles, the more they study your weakness. Machiavelli never trusted proximity, only leverage. Keep allies close, but your hand on their leash. Give them small victories, but never full access. When you trust someone blindly, you lend them your destruction. Betrayal is never random. It's rehearsed. Kill the habit of trusting too easily, or power will slip through your hands, stained in your own blood. Law 3. Wear morality like a mask. Good men are eaten first. If you want to lead, act righteous, but never be righteous. Morality is theater, and power is the director. Preach what the crowd worships, then move in silence while they clap. Speak of peace while planting seeds of conflict. Show virtue while crushing dissent. Machiavelli said rulers must be both the lion and the fox, feared and clever. Virtue is a costume stitched from lies. Use it to cover your ambition. In a corrupt world, purity is a liability. Be clean in public, corrupt in strategy. Let them admire your smile, never suspecting the poison underneath. Law 4. Hide the knife behind a smile. Aggression invites resistance. Charm invites surrender. So smile first, stab later. This is how power operates. Not in open war, but through silent infiltration. Pretend to admire while you undermine. Applaud your enemy, then gut him quietly. Never show your intent. That gives others time to run. A false ally is more effective than an honest enemy. Let them lean in close, whispering secrets, laughing in trust, until your blade touches spine. Machiavelli praised cunning over brute force. Win through illusion, betray with grace. And when it's over, let them wonder how the devil wore such a gentle face. Law 5. Be the fox, not the lion. Power is not muscle, it's maneuver. The lion roars and is heard. The fox whispers and is obeyed. Those who announce their strength too loudly get challenged. Those who deceive, adapt, and vanish, they last. Learn to feign weakness, to disappear when needed, to strike when least expected. Lions die in cages built by those they once terrified. But foxes slip through cracks, gathering secrets, eroding empires from within. Machiavelli favored the fox because the fox lives to fight another day. Outsmart, outlast. Make others feel safe while you poison their foundation. In power games, the predator isn't loud, it's invisible. Law 6. Create power, then distance yourself from it. Build the empire, but don't stand in the spotlight. The most dangerous man is not the king. It's the one who made the king. Let others take the throne, the blame, the spotlight. You remain behind the curtain, unseen and untouched. Machiavelli admired those who ruled indirectly, the puppet masters. Influence lasts longer than authority. Never be the face of control. Be the ghost behind the rise and the execution. Power is safer when no one knows it's yours. Let others fight, lead, die. You orchestrate. That's how empires are run. Not from the throne, but from the shadows. Law 7. Master the clock or be destroyed by it. The impatient lose power to the calculated. Never rush, never react. Wait. Time is a weapon when you hold it. Machiavelli knew those who act in desperation are easily manipulated. Pause, observe, make others panic. Let them move first and reveal their flaws. Delay when expected to act. Strike when they least expect. Appear inactive while your enemies decay from exhaustion. Power is not speed, it's rhythm. Control the tempo and you control perception. Those who act too soon die forgotten. Those who act at the right moment become legends. Be timeless in strategy, cold in execution, and patient like death. Law 8. Know everyone's weakness and hide your own. Power lies in pressure points. Every person has one. Fear, pride, desire, guilt. Find it, own it, use it. Machiavelli dissected men like anatomy. He studied what moved them, then used it to paralyze them. Meanwhile, never reveal your own weaknesses. Cloak them in indifference. Cloak them in lies. Let others bleed their secrets. You bleed nothing. Use what they love to make them obey. Use what they fear to keep them quiet. If you know their weakness, and they know none of yours, the game is already won. The strong manipulate, the foolish confess, the powerful remain silent, and strike. Law 9. Burn the past. If it weakens the future, history is not sacred, it's fuel. If your past limits your rise, erase it. Change the story, rewrite the facts, sever the ties. The old you must die for the powerful you to live. People will try to chain you to your former self. Break them first. Reinvent, reinforce, repeat. Machiavelli advised rulers to reshape their image as often as needed. If your past haunts you, set it on fire. Never let nostalgia slow conquest. Memory is a trap. Be who the moment requires, not who you were. The weak cling to origin stories. The powerful rewrite them daily. Law 10. Use guilt to chain others, never yourself. Power thrives when others feel guilty, but you must feel nothing. Use guilt like a leash. Remind them of their mistakes, their debts, their sins, and become the one who forgives, controls, commands. But never allow it in your own mind. Guilt weakens resolve. It slows the blade. The manipulator must be cold. Machiavelli warned, those who feel guilt hesitate, and hesitation is fatal. Make others confess. You stay silent. Make them emotional. You stay calculated. People are ruled by their conscience, but power belongs to those who have none, or at least know when to kill it. Law 11. Use chaos as a ladder. Disorder is opportunity. When others panic, you rise. Crisis is a vacuum. Step in and become the solution they beg for. Machiavelli knew that the boldest tyrants emerged during chaos. Don't fear collapse. Exploit it. Agitate situations. Destabilize rivals. And then offer stability. People don't crave freedom. They crave certainty. Be the calm in the fire, even if you started the fire. You don't need to fix the world. You just need to convince them you're the only one who can. Chaos isn't the enemy. It's your kingdom waiting to be claimed. Law 12. Never speak out of emotion. Power doesn't scream. It calculates. Every word must serve a purpose, not release emotion. Never argue, never react. Silence disorients. Calm enrages. Let others lose control and destroy their credibility. You remain the cold observer. The less you reveal, the more they reveal themselves. Machiavelli warned, emotions expose your weaknesses to the world. So show no rage, no love, no desperation, and only intent. If they can't read you, they can't control you. Speak when necessary, strike when ready, vanish when observed. The coldest man in the room is always the one in control. Law 13. Make them dependent, then remove hope. If they don't need you, they'll betray you. If they can't live without you, they'll obey forever. Dependence is deeper than loyalty. Provide what no one else can, and control who they become. But don't stop there. Slowly eliminate escape routes. Remove alternatives. Destroy their ability to imagine freedom. That's when loyalty turns into submission. Machiavelli knew, to rule absolutely, you must first make yourself a god. Then lock all other doors. Power is not earned through trust. It's engineered through need. And when they forget what life without you feels like, that's when they belong to you completely. Law 14. Teach nothing. Let them stay dependent. If you teach them everything, they won't need you. If they don't need you, they'll replace you. Power demands secrecy. Keep your methods hidden. Give them results, not recipes. Make yourself the solution, not a skill they can master. Machiavelli knew that knowledge in the hands of others becomes a threat. Feed their hunger, but starve their understanding. Let them worship your outcomes, but never understand how you get them. The moment they can replicate your power, they no longer fear it. Hold the keys, guard the gates, rule through mystery. Those who teach too much train their own executioners. Law 15. Crush completely or don't strike at all. Never half destroy a threat. If you strike, obliterate. Leave no room for revenge, no chance for a counterattack. Half measures breed rebellion. Mercy invites retaliation. Power is preserved through finality. Machiavelli warned that a wounded enemy will always return, more desperate, more dangerous. If you let someone breathe, they'll come for your neck. So when it's time to move, make it permanent. Bury the rival, burn their name, erase their influence. Don't just beat them. Make the world forget they existed. There is no honor in restraint. There is only power in total domination. If you strike, end the bloodline. Law 16. Disorient with contradiction. Keep them confused. Shift moods. Change positions. Contradict your own words. The mind seeks patterns. Deny it patterns. Confusion breeds control. People who can't predict you will fear you. Machiavelli mastered the art of unpredictability. Appear generous, then cold. Loyal, then ruthless. Publicly peaceful, privately violent. Keep them off balance and they'll cling to your lead out of fear. Consistency is for those being led. Power belongs to those who bend perception. When they don't know where you stand, they won't dare challenge you. In chaos, you're the only clarity. Disorient them, and you'll rule them. Law 17. Make them watch you, not understand you. Visibility is power, but clarity is weakness. Be seen, but never truly known. Let them stare, speculate, obsess, but never confirm who you are. Machiavelli said mystery multiplies fear. If they can label you, they can trap you. Stay undefined. Be the enigma they can't decode. Speak less. Move unpredictably. Be present but untouchable. The more questions they have, the more control you hold. Confuse their analysis. Break their assumptions. Let your silence scream louder than their noise. In a world of overexposure, be the one they can't figure out. What they can't define, they won't attack. Law 18. Never reveal the source of your power. The moment they understand your power, they'll plan to take it. So you must keep your power origin hidden. Whether it's information, alliances, money, or manipulation, never let them trace it. Give credit to luck, charm, or fate. Let them think your strength is natural, untouchable. Machiavelli knew that power is safest when it's misunderstood. The illusion of invincibility is stronger than the truth. If they know where your leverage comes from, they'll find a way to cut it. So bury your sources, disguise your weapons. Power that seems mysterious becomes divine. Power that's explainable becomes vulnerable. Law 19. Let enemies destroy themselves. You don't need to attack directly. Just give them enough space, enough rope, and they'll do it themselves. Ego, greed, jealousy. These are weapons you don't even have to sharpen. Machiavelli exploited pride more than any sword. Feed their delusion. Applaud their recklessness. Encourage their vanity. Step back. Let them believe they're winning. Then, when their own weight topples them, step in and take everything. There is no blood on your hands, only opportunity. Why make enemies when they can make themselves extinct? The most elegant kill is the one you never had to commit. Law 20. Be cold when it counts. Mercy has a price, and it's paid in blood. Weak leaders act with emotion. Strong ones know when to shut it off. When hard choices come, don't blink. When betrayal appears, don't beg. When power demands sacrifice, don't hesitate. Machiavelli believed emotion was the enemy of effective rule. You don't need to be cruel, but you must be cold. Detach, observe, execute. If the mission requires a clean cut, make it. You don't owe comfort to anyone. The world is not a family, it's a battlefield. And hesitation is death. The cold survive. The colder rule. Law 21. Build walls, not bridges. They say build bridges, but bridges let enemies walk in. Power is preserved through isolation. Stay close enough to observe, far enough to avoid influence. Machiavelli warned rulers never to make themselves too accessible. Familiarity breeds comfort, and comfort kills respect. Build psychological walls. Speak selectively. Appear less often. Let your absence amplify your value. When you're too reachable, they grow bold. When you're unreachable, they grow obedient. Distance isn't cold. It's control. Never be part of the crowd you lead. Power comes from above, not among. Be the mountain they climb toward, not the street they walk on. Law 22. Trap them with choices you control. Let them choose, but only between options you've engineered. Give them 2 doors, both leading to your outcome. People rebel against commands, but obey freedom they think they chose. Machiavelli didn't dominate by force. He ruled by illusion. Frame every decision. Rig every outcome. Let them believe they're acting independently. In truth, they're inside your maze. A sense of autonomy keeps them calm. But the walls, you built them. The rules, you wrote them. Their freedom, a scripted performance. The most powerful form of control is invisible. Let them feel free, while you tighten the leash behind the curtain. Law 23. Start fires you can put out. Crisis is power when you control it. Create problems, tensions, doubts, and then solve them publicly. Be the storm and the shelter. Machiavelli's princes often manufactured threats so they could appear heroic in quelling them. When people panic, they crave leadership. Hand them the fear, then hand them the cure. Never waste a crisis. Create small failures to avoid suspicion of perfection. Start controlled fires, then arrive as the savior. Their gratitude will blind them. Their loyalty will deepen. The one who rescues them becomes the one they never question. Manufacture the sickness and sell the antidote. Law 24. Never show the whole plan. Power dies in full exposure. If they understand your moves, they'll resist. So never reveal your entire strategy. Give fragments, speak in riddles, change the pace. Let them think they're ahead while they're chasing shadows. Machiavelli never showed his hand. His genius was in misdirection. Partial truths confuse. Complexity disorients. Let them see the next step, never the full staircase. Even your allies should wonder what you're really after. Predictability invites sabotage. Keep them guessing. Keep them insecure. The less they know, the more they fear. Clarity is a gift for the weak. Your power lies in permanent ambiguity. Law 25. Mirror their desires, then lead them elsewhere. People follow reflections of themselves, so become their mirror. Echo their values, mimic their frustrations, agree with their fears. Let them see themselves in you, and they'll follow. But once they attach, shift the path. Lead them into territory they wouldn't have walked alone. Machiavelli often advised rulers to speak the language of the people, but rule with their own intentions. Make them feel heard, seen, understood. Then pivot. Turn their energy toward your ambition. Power is not just dominance, it's seduction. Mirror, manipulate, redirect. Lead them toward your vision by disguising it as their own. Law 26. Bury emotion under strategy. Emotion is useful, but only when weaponized. Never let it dictate your decisions. Anger makes you predictable. Love makes you weak. Fear makes you hesitate. Machiavelli believed emotion should be a mask, not a master. If you must cry, do it alone. If you must rage, do it in silence. Let others reveal their feelings, then use them as maps to their destruction. Stay ice-cold inside, even while appearing passionate. The most dangerous men are not the loudest. They're the ones whose faces never flinch. Kill emotion in decision-making. Feel nothing when power demands sacrifice. Strategy first, always. Law 27. Win with spies, not swords. What you know determines what you control. The best weapon isn't a blade, it's information. Place ears in every room. Gather secrets like currency. Machiavelli understood that knowledge precedes domination. Spies win wars without bloodshed. People reveal themselves in whispers, but only if you're listening. Use informants, manipulators, even fake allies. While others fight battles, you'll already know the outcome. Secrets control outcomes before the world sees the conflict. Truth doesn't belong to everyone. It belongs to the one who pays attention. The most powerful man in any room isn't speaking. He's collecting. Law 28. Play both sides, but show loyalty to neither. When two rivals fight, the smartest man profits. Never pick a side unless you've created both. Align publicly with one, feed information to the other. Loyalty is a performance. Power lies in neutrality with leverage. Machiavelli thrived by making himself useful to every faction, while belonging to none. Play the middle. Be their shared confidant. Let them destroy each other while you gather their resources. When the dust settles, you stand untouched, holding what's left. The fool chooses a master. The wise become one by never being claimed. Use both. Serve neither. Win everything. Law 29. Infect the strong with small weaknesses. You don't need to kill the lion. Just feed him decay. Whisper a lie. Introduce doubt. Corrupt their allies. Seed jealousy. Power is rarely destroyed with force. It's infected slowly. Machiavelli didn't confront power directly. He eroded it. Subtle sabotage destroys confidence, isolates the strong, and turns them paranoid. Let them unravel themselves. The powerful fear scandal, uncertainty, and betrayal more than death. Inject a flaw, a rumor, a temptation, and watch them rot from within. The strongest don't fall by enemies. They fall by internal collapse. Be the virus. Spread silently. And when they fall, step over the body. Law 30. Be many things, but never fully known. Identity is a weapon, not a prison. Become whoever the moment requires. Be the scholar, the savage, the loyalist, the traitor, depending on who's watching. Machiavelli believed a ruler must master appearances. People trust predictability, so disrupt it. Shift personas, play roles, never be defined. Labels are limits. Let them chase the question, who is he really? You are power, not a person. A force, not a friend. When they try to classify you, transform. When they try to understand, confuse. Power belongs to the one who can disappear in plain sight. Be everything. Be nothing. Be a myth. Law 31. Seduce with dreams, not reality. People don't want the truth. They want a fantasy to follow, a myth to believe in. Feed them what they crave, not what they need. Show them visions of greatness, of belonging, of immortality, and they will follow. Reality is dry. Dreams are addictive. Machiavelli understood that to command loyalty, you must sell illusions. Make yourself the embodiment of hope. Promise what you never have to deliver. Keep them chasing shadows, and they won't question the strings. The most powerful ruler is the one who controls the story. Don't offer facts, offer meaning, then pull them into your world. Law 32. Mirror your enemy's ego. To destroy an enemy, you must first understand him. The easiest way? Mirror his pride. Reflect his language, mimic his manner, echo his values, until he relaxes. Then strike. People are blind when they see themselves in you. Machiavelli often disarmed threats by making them believe he admired them. Praise them just enough to dull their suspicion. Then study their moves. Pride makes men sloppy. Let them boast while you plot. Let them teach you their weaknesses through vanity. The most dangerous enemy is the one who copies you, right before he rewrites your ending. Law 33. Build your reputation like a fortress. A solid reputation protects better than walls. Once they believe you're untouchable, few will challenge you. So engineer your myth early. Reinforce it constantly. Control the narrative of who you are. Even lies work, if they're repeated enough. Machiavelli advised rulers to exaggerate their virtues and hide their sins behind spectacle. Let stories of your ruthlessness, brilliance, and control circulate freely. Reputation is leverage before action. Build the illusion first, then act. A strong reputation wins battles you never have to fight. Let them fear your name before they fear your hand. Be the legend, not the man. Law 34. Make others talk while you say nothing. Words are weaknesses. The more they speak, the more they expose. The more you speak, the more they prepare. So stay quiet. Let them fill the silence. Machiavelli valued silence as a weapon. It unnerves, disarms, and reveals. Ask a question, then vanish behind your gaze. Let them confess, boast, or babble. In their noise, you'll find their flaws. In your silence, they'll imagine your power. Most people fear a man who says little because they can't predict him. Let them project fantasies, fears, and motives onto your blank face. Speak less, learn more. Power listens, fools talk. Law 35. Rewrite the rules, then obey them publicly. Invent new laws, then pretend to follow them. Let others live by standards you created. Morality is a tool, not a commandment. Frame your power plays as noble. Wrap domination in decency. Machiavelli understood that every regime needs a righteous front. You don't win by rejecting rules. You win by writing them, then weaponizing them against others. Create codes that protect your ambition while restraining your enemies. Be the example in public. Be the exception in private. Let them kneel to a system you secretly control. Rule through appearances. Dominate through design. And punish them, using their own beliefs. Law 36. Predict their moves before they move. Power favors the strategist, not the reactor. Never wait to respond. Anticipate. Learn patterns. Study behavior. Think 2 moves ahead, then act before they blink. Machiavelli trained his mind like a chessboard. He didn't respond to events. He shaped them. Predict emotion. Exploit hesitation. Always be ahead of the game they don't know they're playing. People are easy to read once you understand their triggers. While they act impulsively, you strike intentionally. Power is foresight with a blade. Don't just defend, trap. Don't just win, design the win. When they think they're acting freely, they're dancing on your script. Law 37. Ally with the useful. Cut the loyal. Loyalty is dangerous when it's useless. Sentiment blinds judgment. Never keep someone around just because they're loyal. Keep them because they're valuable. Usefulness is currency. When it fades, so do they. Machiavelli wrote, "A prince must be ready to discard men when the conditions change. The loyal servant who lacks skill becomes a liability. Be ruthless. Replace dead weight with fresh blood. Reward competence, not attachment. Cut sentiment like infection. Your circle should evolve as your power expands. Loyalty feels noble, but power demands results, and the throne is no place for nostalgia." Law 38. Don't argue, influence quietly. Argument is noise. It alerts others, escalates conflict, and costs you control. Influence is subtle. It's silent. It plants doubt, not resistance. Machiavelli never debated. He redirected. Let them think they're right, while you maneuver behind their ego. Change their beliefs slowly, not by force, but by suggestion. Disarm them with flattery. Wrap truth in story. Seed ideas through questions. The best manipulation is the one they believe they chose themselves. When you argue, you create enemies. When you influence silently, they never see the shift. Speak gently. Influence deeply. Win wars without raising your voice. Law 39. Play the victim to conceal your ambition. Power disguised as pain is the most manipulative form of control. When they see you as the victim, they never expect you to be the architect. Appear wronged, misunderstood, attacked, and let sympathy cover your rise. Machiavelli understood that people lower their guard when they feel superior. Use that. Let them believe you're beneath them. Then outmaneuver them from below. While they pity you, plan. While they mock, manipulate. Appearing weak disarms their defenses, and when they sleep, you strike. Control comes easier from under than above. Victimhood is camouflage for ambition. Law 40. Disappear to increase demand. The more they see you, the less they value you. Make your presence a privilege. Vanish often, return with power. Machiavelli observed that even kings must retreat to be feared. Make your absence feel like punishment. Don't be everywhere. Be missed. Make them crave your words, your presence, your approval. The rarest coin buys the most. Withdraw from the noise, speak less, reveal less. And when you return, return as the storm. Power isn't just in action, it's in withdrawal. Let them wonder, let them need, then let them crawl. Visibility is vanity, scarcity is dominance. Law 41. Kill the old, become the standard. To be truly powerful, you must replace, not imitate. Don't walk in their footsteps. Erase them. People cling to traditions, systems, and idols. Shatter those symbols. Burn their teachings. Machiavelli knew new rulers must destroy the legacy of their predecessors. If you inherit power, people compare. If you create power, people kneel. Don't be the successor. Be the disruption. Change the name, change the rules. Bury the old king, not with honor, but irrelevance. Power isn't passed down. It's seized, claimed, and rebuilt in your image. Make your name the beginning of the new world. Law 42. Strike the shepherd, scatter the flock. Groups don't think, leaders do. So when facing resistance, don't argue with the crowd. Remove the influencer. Find the one voice they follow. Target that. Machiavelli wrote that rebellion dies when its head is cut off. Kill the idea by eliminating its source. Turn allies into orphans. Fear isolates. Once their leader is disgraced, silenced, or destroyed, the rest break down into confusion. Never waste time debating the crowd. Identify the shepherd, then break his spine. The flock will collapse without command. Control doesn't require converting everyone, just neutralizing the one they worship. Law 43. Infect others with your strategy. Let them think they're contributing while playing out your script. Machiavelli mastered power through collaboration that served only his purpose. Make others adopt your tactics, echo your ideas, and enforce your standards, believing they're their own. Influence is deeper when they don't see the chain. Imprint your strategy into the minds of others. Become the architect of environments, systems, and norms. When people internalize your way, you no longer need to command. They'll act in alignment automatically. That is true control. Others moving in your interest without your instruction. Law 44. Mirror their darkness, then outdo it. People show you who they are in conflict. Reflect it, then escalate. If they lie, lie better. If they manipulate, manipulate deeper. Machiavelli didn't play fair. He played accurately. People respect those who can match their cunning and beat them at their own game. Don't moralize evil. Weaponize it. Become their reflection, then become their reckoning. Use their tactics against them with more skill, more silence, more force. There's no honor in letting a snake bite you first. Learn their language, then speak it with more venom. Power is not about purity. It's about precision. Law 45. Change publicly. Remain the same privately. Appear to evolve. Pretend to compromise. Adopt new ideas when needed, but keep your core intact. Machiavelli taught that rulers must adapt their mask, not their intention. Let them believe you've changed. Embrace reform in speeches. Modernize your language. But behind closed doors, maintain your ambition. Control the old machine with a new paint job. People fear stubborn power, but accept rebranded tyranny. Adapt optics. Keep strategy. The most powerful men look progressive while preserving the same grip. Appear flexible. Be unmoving. Appear new. Stay ancient. They'll accept control, so long as it wears a fresh costume. Law 46. Don't build empires. Build dependencies. Ruling is not about owning everything. It's about making sure everyone depends on you. Machiavelli knew that the strongest rulers didn't conquer land. They conquered options. Give just enough, so they need more. Create systems where your exit causes collapse. Dependency is deeper than loyalty. If you control what they rely on, they will protect you without knowing why. Build networks where removing you means ruin. Be the oxygen they forget they breathe. You don't need to be loved or feared, just irreplaceable. That's how kings remain unchallenged, not by force, but by being the only lifeline left. Law 47. Leave nothing unfinished. Half-finished wars return. Half-silenced enemies speak again. Half-won games are eventually lost. Finish what you start completely. Power cannot afford loose ends. Machiavelli warned that leaving matters unresolved invites future betrayal. If you rise, rise without rivals. If you punish, leave no room for revenge. If you build, make it unbreakable. Tie off every conflict with finality. Don't pause for mercy. Don't hesitate for applause. Get to the top and burn the ladder behind you. Unfinished work becomes future danger. In power, finality is protection. One crack becomes collapse. One survivor becomes revenge. End everything with certainty. Law 48. Become formless, so you can never be targeted. The final law is the ultimate strategy. Be nothing specific. The rigid man is shattered. The defined man is predictable. But the one who shifts, who evolves, who disappears, cannot be stopped. Machiavelli knew permanence is vulnerability. Be adaptable, fluid, unknowable. Let them chase your shadow while you reappear elsewhere. Change names, roles, masks, alliances as needed. Power survives through flexibility. Never let them trap you in an identity, belief, or emotion. Be water in a world of stone. When they plan for who you were, surprise them with who you've become. The formless man is untouchable.